All right. I want to take a minute to tell this story about a thing that my family believes I did wrong because I'm autistic. This story is hard to even tell. It's so strange. A person approached me on the 23andMe website. It's a genetic testing website that I was interested in when I was in college. It was 2009 and the company was starting, and me and a couple friends did the test. So years later, this is maybe 2 years ago at this point, a person approaches me and says they think they know my family. And I entertain it. It's fine. I talk to them and say, it seems like my own father is got to be too young because he would have been 12. So he couldn't be your father. But my father's oldest sibling, it turns out, did actually have this baby and gave it up for adoption because they had not yet been married and it was not acceptable to them. And what happened after this person approached me on 23andMe is the rest of the family found out that the baby they gave away had returned, and they were angry with me for not embracing him. This person that I do not know, I still have never been told by any one of them that this is legitimately my father's oldest sibling's baby, although I know that is true. None of those people have spoken to me and confirmed this is true. However, I am responsible for not being hospitable when this stranger showed up and then started posting Trump shit on Facebook after adding me. And so I don't know who this person is. So I'm just get away from me. I don't know. Good luck on your journey, man, but it's got nothing to do with me. And so despite not communicating this, it's still my responsibility, right? It's still, the expectation is there for me to be aware of what they did 50 years before I was born. And then what? Just welcome this stranger into my life for a reason I don't know, and because I wouldn't, they think I'm bad. That person sent me a really long message on LinkedIn of all places, and I had to block them on there, saying how disappointed they were that I wasn't welcoming them into the family. And I'm I literally don't know who you are. And that's the kind of shit that these people would say are character flaws of mine. These are negative traits, these are negative behaviors. I'm responsible for them because of the content of my character, and I'm carrying out these non-ideal behaviors. When in fact, the issue is that they were not courageous enough to have a home for their child, and they gave the child away, which they regretted doing. And when he showed up later, they didn't have the courage to acknowledge anything about the situation that they created, and just said, the autistic man is the problem. He didn't socialize right. That's not the fucking issue. I socialized just fine. You concealed an action that you took out of cowardice. That's not my fault. So that story is so goddamn weird. That story is so strange. Ugh. Yeah, that story's it's difficult for me to tell because it's not clear to me at what point the information is supposed to come in about who these parties are, right? If these people are, this is legitimately an unknown blood relative of mine, which has been concealed from me. I don't know. I think that's all I got to say. That's one of those things that I wondered if something was wrong with me. I wondered if I had been being callous. And at the end of the day, I was being completely normal. And my family took advantage of the fact that I was autistic to tell me, no, we weren't lacking courage. We weren't lacking honesty. You just socialize wrong. Cowards.